You know, I think before I do this video, I think I'm gonna have a mint because...
Oh, my breath a little stanky.
Okay!
Let's do this.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Jordan of TheFearRaiser, and here today, I'm gonna... Okay, you know what? I should probably finish this mint before I tell this story.
I love mints. I eat them like candy.
Okay, alright, that's better. But here today, guys, I'm gonna be telling you a story about something that happened in my younger life about 5 years ago. Wait, no, 6 years ago. Oh my god, I'm getting old. But essentially, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about my high school crush and the situation that unfolded during this time. But before I get into this story, guys, I figured I'd let you all know that if you didn't know already, I'm sponsored by G2A.com, and if you guys ever want to check their website out for some great cheap games, you should totally use my code FEAR and go on over there and get some nice games. Okay, so now let's get into this story. So, I don't actually really know if I've spoken about this because this was a bit of a scarring thing that happened to me. It was like the opposite of a highlight of my life. It was like a dark light. Is that it was a bad time. And back in grade 10, back in high school, okay, I got my first crush. I fell in love with my first crush, if that's using the right words here. I fell in love. Maybe just, you know, just kind of fell for this girl. She was my first high school crush, and, you know, I really liked her. Now, throughout junior high, I had never really experienced high school, or, I mean, a crush in general. And now that it was in high school, and, you know, everybody's growing up, and everybody's going through puberty, and all this weird stuff, and hormones, and whatever, I finally started to, I guess you could say, get more attracted to girls. Not that I wasn't in junior high, but it was like in high school, it just became, you know, it was like instincts, you know? Like, yes, women. But anyways, so you get the picture. I was starting to like girls, and there was this one girl who stood out. And I remember there was a class we had that I had with this girl, and I don't even remember how things kind of happened, but I started to talk to her, and, you know, started to get to know her better, and slowly became friends with her, sort of. It was like a weird high school friends kind of deal. And yeah, you know, which is really odd because looking back in high school, I was really shy. Like, I could talk to people, but when I spoke to girls, I was really awkward. And, like, I just didn't know what to say. And, you know, if any of you guys are struggling with that, it's okay because, you know, that happens. But anyways, you know, I got to know her better, and then, you know, I eventually became friends with her. But as time went on, you know, I wanted more, you know. I wanted to take it to the next level. And the next level wasn't asking her out. The next level was, well, to me anyways, was asking for her MSN account username. That's right. I asked what her MSN was. And if you guys don't know what MSN is, it is essentially what us millennials used back in the day. Which was like the pre-Skype, okay? Before Skype, there was MSN, and MSN was where everybody spoke to each other on, and it was amazing. It was like nothing can beat MSN. But, you know, I got her MSN, and, you know, I started to talk to her more on over there. And, well, you know, we spoke every night, and I remember I used to get so excited to talk to her on MSN and just chat with her. And, you know, I was starting to get a little more brave, but at the same time, I wasn't too sure if I wanted to take it to the next level, which was, you know, asking her out. Because, again, I was shy. I had never gone out with a girl before. And I remember that I was a little sly. I asked if she would like to hang out outside of school. And this was where things got a little weird for me, because I liked this girl, but her response to me asking her if she'd like to go outside or hang or something was not what I wanted to hear, which was essentially maybe, or I don't know, maybe. It was like, it was not a no, it wasn't a yes, but it wasn't a nice reply. It was kind of just like, I don't know, like maybe we could hang out or something. I don't know, like I think she said like she'll see or something. And I didn't take that the right way. I took that as a,
she doesn't like me. She doesn't like me.
And I was kind of like, you know, getting a little stressed out from it. But, you know, I kept trying, and I feel like this was like the first time I ever experienced
the friend zone.
But to be quite honest, the friend zone isn't really real, because it's not like you just become friends with a person you like and they automatically have to like you as well, because like obviously you could like somebody but they don't like you back. So the friend zone thing is just, you know, it's just somebody getting their hopes up and getting shot down and just labeling it as that. But I used to call it the friend zone, obviously, because I grew up calling it that. So let's just still call it the friend zone, even though the friend zone is not real. So it was becoming really obvious that I was getting weird signs that she didn't like me as much as I kind of liked her. And I remember that there was one night, one faithful night, I sat down on my computer and I was like, I'm gonna do it. This is the night. I'm going to find out. And I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I sat down sweating. I was like,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
And then like, as I kept thinking about it, I kept thinking about denial. I kept thinking about how horrible I'm gonna react to her saying no to me. And that's the one thing, that's the one lesson I want you guys to learn from in this video, is just because you like someone does not mean that they're gonna like you back. And denial can be scary, but you definitely shouldn't let it hold you back. You definitely want to just be straight up, ask someone out, and if they say no, then just move on. Yeah, it's gonna hurt at first, but you learn from it. You move on, and you'll eventually find that right person. But I remember I sat down, and I spoke with her a bit, and I typed it out. I typed out, do you think you'd ever want to go on a date with me? I typed that out on my MSN. And I remember I just kept looking at it. I just needed to hit enter. I just needed to hit that button, and it was gonna send, and there was no turning back, but I didn't do it. And the reason why I didn't do it was just because it was too much. It was hard for me. And again, denial was something I've never experienced before. And not to mention, I was never told about it. It was just relationships and dating and everything. I was so new to this, but I just couldn't do it. So I remember I asked one of her friends. I told one of her friends that I liked her, and I asked her if she could maybe find out if she's interested in me. And obviously, I regretted this back then. I don't regret it now, but back then I remember I regretted it because it just felt wrong, you know? I felt like a coward, and I just couldn't do it, and just beating around the bush and asking her friends felt weird. But I remember I asked her if she could find out for me, and then she got back to me. And she told me that this girl I had a crush on looked at me like a brother. She didn't look at me any other way other than like a friend, a brother, whatever, like the typical, I don't like him, but I like him as a brother. Just really just not something, you know, you want to hear. And well, I really didn't take it very well. I remember for like 2 weeks, I actually sank into like a really bad depression. And the worst part of it all was I didn't want to tell anybody, because I just felt so weird about it. And also, it's a little embarrassing thinking back then that I just felt embarrassed to even muster the fact that I had a crush on somebody, like a girl, just back in the day. You know, high school and stuff. If you don't know high school, you will experience all this stuff. There was one faithful day where I ended up meeting a girl, and after these 2 weeks, and she's now my girlfriend. Literally after 2 weeks of being in depression, I actually met a girl who's now currently my girlfriend, and that was 6 years ago. So, you know, a sad story that turned into a happy ending, and I don't regret it. I mean, looking back then, I regretted the decisions that were made, but now I don't, because that was just not a good, like, it was very obvious that it wasn't meant to be, and I accepted that. And I found the right person after. So that's my story, guys. There's a lot more to this story, but I don't think I want to add to it, because it's a lot more negative than positive with this specific person I had a crush on. But I think I'm going to leave it at that. But with that being said, though, guys, I hope you know, this was a nice story, and for any of you guys that have a crush on anyone, just know that it's okay to be a little scared. It's okay to feel nervous. It's all a part of growing up, and you know what? Just figure things out on your own time, at your own pace, and the right person will come. You just need to have a little hope. With that being said, though, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did like it, be sure to leave a like on the video, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more great content. Alright, guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!